Alright, today I'm playing Baldur's Gate. No wait, it's Icewind Dale? No, it's Neverwinter Nights. Wait, is it all just Dungeons and Dragons? So we have Dungeons and Dragons Online, but we also have Neverwinter Online, which is also Dungeons and Dragons anyway. I'm getting confused now. Hello gamers, Eyeduka is back, and this is MMO in 10 hours or less. In this format, I'll be playing different MMO games, trying to find out if they're good or bad in only 10 hours or less. Because time is important and we don't want to waste it, and because I'm tired of hearing it gets better at endgame. So let's get into it. I think that's the thing we're looking for, right? Yeah, I think that's the one way to go. Fighter. And do this. Alright. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Awesome. While the first area serves as a tutorial, and it only takes a few minutes, you soon find out that basically, all the way to max level is kind of a tutorial. And other than getting higher numbers and moving from one place to another, nothing else changes that much. Good thing is, it actually took me around 10 hours to get to max level, which is only level 20. Another unique approach here is that there is no such thing as XP to level up. All you gotta do is do your quests, which will take you from map to map and introduce you to some of the lore of the game, if you choose not to skip too much. And this is why you will not find a leveling guide for Neverwinter. It's that easy. I have to admit, I love that you get your first mount right away, so you don't waste your time walking. Unlike most games, where you need to spend 1 week leveling, half of which is going from point A to point B, before you get your first mount. So yeah, that's a good sign already. The graphics look okay, considering it is from 2013, which makes it go easy on your PC. I like that. Now, the combat. I understand this is a tricky business, so I'll go easy on it once again. I see the biggest difference between older games and modern ones is the dynamics of the combat. So there could be many good things about the game, but the combat is slow and most likely it will not make you sweat. Also, having 5-6 skill slots is not helping. So unless something dramatic happens at the end game, you'll be pressing a few keys and looking at numbers with K in the end all the time. Anyway, I love the bull charge. So far everything looks easy enough and you can sew it, but of course it'll be more fun with friends. Okay, we're gonna charge you like this. I love that. As for player count, I do see some people going around, which is not too bad. More on that later. Most games that have been around for over 10 years will feel a bit overwhelming at first, because of the huge amount of content they offer. My advice is, don't be intimidated by that. Go through the game at your own pace and just learn the basics. Eventually, you'll find some people to play with and they will walk you through the most important things you need to know. Awesome stuff! I just got invited in a new guild called Numinari, and the leader even gave me another mount and companion. Also, it seems that in Neverwinter, there is direct player trading and full inspection of characters, which in my opinion is a good thing. I don't know how only the Korean games make this appear to create a toxic environment, hence why they don't include those options. I don't know man, I feel like they need to take this down a notch. Maybe they take PvP too seriously, but who am I to judge? Finding people early on in the game, or actually playing, is a good sign and it means there is still some active player base. Keep in mind, the numbers on Steam chart are very low, but the game has its own standalone client, which I'm using as well, and I believe most people do the same because less strings attached. It happens all the time with games that existed before they went to Steam. Another thing that I like about the game is that the gearing seems to be old-fashioned way. Obtain a better item, put it on, and you're already stronger. No need for this shenanigans with upgrading, infusing, enhancing, empowering, combining, blah blah blah, whatever way to make you progress slower and mildly enforce you to spend real money to speed up the process. I hope it stays that way. Check in Premium Store. So let's see what we can find here. That's a good introduction to it, like giving us something for free. That's very nice. If you don't use that, if you don't have it, obviously, you're just gonna lose materials when you fail. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Like a lot of games have these. Depends on how important the things are in the chest. Even Guild Wars 2 has stuff like that, so it's not a big deal for now. This is literally giving you items, actually. Alright, so you can just play the game and exchange in-game currency for the premium one. That's really nice. Actually, that's a very good approach. Guild Wars 2 does the same thing, even though it's a casual game anyway, but yeah, that's very good. Let's sort of diamonds. The actual house. Might be this one, right? We got together with the guild and went to level up, which makes the process a bit faster, and that's good. And this is Chicken Bean.
Everybody group up on Chicken Bean. Chicken Bean, Chicken Bean.
Can I get a homie on the Chicken Bean?
The dungeons and mini-bosses become trivial when you do them with people. That's why earlier I said that the whole leveling process is actually a tutorial and there is nothing challenging.
Are you all in already? Holy Christ. Okay, NASA PCs.
Yo, look how fucking short we are. What are you? Are you fucking dragon, like a dwarf dragonborn or something?
No, I just, when I was making the character, I set all the sliders to the end.
Oh, huh?
This is Neverwinter, but yeah, you have all these references to Dungeons and Dragons, yet there is an actual game that's just called Dungeons and Dragons.
No, this is literally Dungeons and Dragons. The city of Neverwinter is the city of Neverwinter is in like the tabletop. Yeah, like this is basically like this is as close to the tabletop as you're going to get in a third person game outside of Neverwinter Nights, which is just this, but like single player, or Neverwinter or sorry, there is Dungeons and Dragons Online, which is basically just this but cut back because it's the precursor to this. Whoa, attacked by little spiders. Fuck you. And then I just hit him with my fucking fuck you. I'm motherfucking Durin the Deathless.
I hit him with my.
Wait, I'm gonna.
Can I get on? Yeah. I think it was up on.
The world of Neverwinter is unique and chaotic. There are many different biomes. You can imagine, anything fantasy is here. And even if the graphics are not epic, I like the way the game looks. Keep in mind, everything is instance based, so you'll be seeing this all the time. It would have been better if I had it on SSD. Remember one thing, as soon as you get a bit more money in game, get all these kits/keys from the general merchant to open chests in the open world. What's going on? Man, this game is very easy, honestly. I was around level 8 when I found the Adventure Seal Trader. Basically, as you complete quests, you obtain these Adventure Seals, and this NPC can sell you very good gear for them. And most likely you'll not be going to swap until you hit level 20, which is very nice.
Oh my god, that guy really hurt me!
Where you at?
Coming back to you boys with a mob. Can I get on?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow maybe or some of the next
Did you guys
days.
already go? Are you guys
Yep,
like?
yep.
No, you're behind me. Okay.
He's pulling the stepdad trick. He's going out for a cigarette. This guy will never be back. The next
Nah
lifetime,
man,
dude.
I'll catch up. The next day I continued alone. But if you follow the questline and equip the best gear you find, the content remains trivial. I choose the path of Dreadnought, simply because for the purpose of the video, I don't think I will need to actually be a tank, so more DPS seems better right now. I got this awesome snail mount. This is what I mean by saying that the game is unique and chaotic. Anything is possible. Also, I just realized I can't respect anytime I want. And instead, I need a retraining token, which I don't have. Maybe in the future the game will give me some, or I need to buy it with real money. Who knows? In the meantime, just be careful about your choices while leveling. Up until now the tutorial was good, but here I had to learn about enchanting and I had no idea where I had to go. There was no direction on what I need to do other than upgrading Etched Glass enchantment and showing it to Tarhun. But I had no idea how to actually upgrade it, the game did not show me that. So eventually, after clicking around, I found the refine button in one of the sub-menus in my inventory, which allowed me to upgrade the item for the quest, and I was finally done. Later, I found this NPC, which appears to be PvP related. Now we're talking. The problem was, it requires me to have 20,000 item level, and I was a few hundred points short of that, so I would come back later to check it out. So Neverwinter is supposed to be Dungeons and Dragons after all, but the only dragon I saw was the one in the first tutorial and some people's mounts. Hopefully we get more of that later. So I reached over 20,000 item level and I signed up for PvP. That's gonna be good. I'm not even level 20 yet. All looks good, got in and we're a party of 5 people. Cool trippy transition. And here we go, PvP. Wait. So it turns out this is not PvP, but just PvE waves of enemies with a timer. Well, I expected a bit more, but hopefully some other time. This area looks a bit like Outland from WoW. And I got to level 20 right before I hit 10 hours in Neverwinter. First thing I do after picking up a few quests, I go fight Valindra, which feels like a bit more complex boss than all the previous ones. I actually had to avoid the AoE hits. All that looked promising for the PvE content in the future at least. The conclusion for Neverwinter Online: the game is for you if you like Dungeons and Dragons obviously, and old school games with fun and chaotic look and you feel nostalgic about it. Also a more classical approach to character progression that doesn't look very grindy, at least at first, and a ton of content to dive into. However, the things I don't like in Neverwinter are that it's almost entirely instance-based, so it doesn't feel like an open world that much. There is some pay to win, which is to be expected, but it's mostly just to progress faster. But pay to win is not much of a problem if the game remains exclusively PvE, but you only compete with yourself. The other major problem for me is that the game doesn't have enough buttons to push. And to top this up, the combat doesn't feel very engaging and dynamic, and this is kind of a drawback for me. The last thing is not that important, it's more of a taste rather than something negative, and this is the big numbers on screen. I really don't want to see myself with 100k HP ever. I've always found it more charming to have 1 or 2 zeros less and starting the game as a complete scrub with a wooden stick, fighting his way to become a mighty warrior with legendary weapons. And this is even more true for PvE games. With all that being said, I may go in from time to time, but can't promise anything. It's really not the thing I'm looking for, so I'll continue looking for a new MMO game to play.
You are free!
Thank you for watching guys, I'm very grateful for your support, the channel is growing every day, and now I have one big call to action. There is a new interesting game coming out in the near future, which I'll need to keep a secret for now. This game has playtests, but only for people that were invited, and I want to showcase this game here so we can see it before it's released if possible. However, to increase my chance of obtaining a key, I must join their content creator program, which has a requirement of 2000 subscribers, and it will be awesome if you can subscribe to Eyeduka. This way we can have a peek at this new game under development, which can turn out to be a very good game once it's released. Stay tuned for more information. Thank you for watching and see you soon.